spiritual growth and longevity hacks for the age of AI, Aquarian age 2024 to 2044. That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai diet and Ikigai biohacking. So in the last few videos, I have been sharing with you about this age when Pluto enters Aquarius. Yeah, so from 2024 to 2044, this 20-year cycle. Yeah, and then I introduce three keywords, which are natural, spiritual, and Ikigai. Yeah, natural because the age will be very technology centered. So in order to create a balance, in order to keep a balance, we need to focus on natural method. We need to spend a lot of time being in nature. Yeah. And then also the age will be very spiritual. The spirituality becomes a key thing in this Aquarian age. So we need to focus on spiritual biohacking. And finally, Ikigai, because in order to continue your biohacking lifestyle for the next 20 years, you need to make it your Ikigai. You need to enjoy doing your activities, right? Okay, and then in the last few videos, I've shared with you about the optimal exercise, the optimal diet, the optimal sleep, and the optimal mindset in 2024. And today, I'll share with you about the optimal spiritual kind of measures, like a spiritual biohacking. Yeah, how to optimize your spirituality in 2024. Right. Okay. So, and then, so I will talk about kind of spiritual biohacking in general, but also today I'll share with you something that you can specifically do in the age of AI. So spirituality in the age of AI. Yeah. So please watch the video until the end. Thank you. Okay. So first of all those measures I have introduced in the last few videos, exercise, diet, sleep, mindset, all affect your spirituality, especially because I introduced some of the measures which combine the spiritual growth and physical, biohacking. Usually I can introduce certain measures which work on multi-dimensional levels. Yeah. So some of the practice can help your spirituality as well. But what can you do for spiritual growth in general? Not necessarily, some of the activity that can also, work for your physical biohacking or, mental biohacking, but just when you think about spiritual growth alone, yeah, what kind of activities can you do? Yeah. Okay, so first of all, what does spiritual growth mean? Yeah, so there are many different elements in this field, basically. Yeah, one also it depends on where you're at now. Yeah, if you don't know anything about spirituality, or if you don't have any specific spiritual practices, yeah, and then you may start studying first, right? If you have a specific spiritual practice, then you can kind of go deeper into that spirituality. But if you don't know, first you need to study. Yeah, so you can maybe, I don't know, study the common grounds in different religions and things. Yeah, so studying is one way to gain the knowledge about the universal law or basic principles of, certain spiritual practices. Yeah, right. And then now, but if you're familiar with, spirituality for a certain extent, yeah, then I think there are two major elements in spiritual growth. One is awakening, and the other is love and compassion. Yeah. So the awakening is like to become aware of the spiritual world, or especially in kind of to make yourself sensitive to like a spiritual world. Yeah. So like developing your intuition, or it's almost like an enlightenment, but enlightenment is a big word. Yeah. Not many people can attain enlightenment easily, right? So first awakening. So let's say awakening is a lighter stage of enlightenment. Yeah. But you want to spiritually awake. Yeah. And there are certain things you can do for the spiritual awakening. Yeah. And then love and compassion. Yeah. So love, especially unconditional love. So this is the main message from Christianity, and compassion is taught in Buddhism. So, two big religions, yeah, teach something very similar, which makes it universal. Yeah, both unconditional love and compassion is a kind of universal practice to improve your spirituality. Yeah. So, I mean, there could be many other things too, but I think those two are the most important. Yeah. Spiritual awakening and love and compassion, love or compassion. Right. Okay. So, activities to enhance spiritual awakenings. What kind of things can you do to kind of enhance your, I don't know, awake level? Yeah. Meditation. It's a very popular method. It is practiced throughout different religions and spiritual practices. Yeah. And chanting, similar to meditation, and that is also common. Things like, Gayatri mantra in India, and Heart Sutra, which is a Buddhist chanting. It is very popular in Japan that I practice actually. Yeah. So chanting is also good. And fasting. Yeah. So it is often good to combine fasting and meditation. So you can meditate during your fasted state. Yeah. And breathing exercises, certain breathing techniques are helpful for the spiritual awakenings. Yeah. And dream work that I shared with you in the sleep video. Yeah. So now, because dream is one easy way to tap into your unconscious mind, and I remember, like, I once had a friend who was sort of a channeler. He had a sort of psychic ability, and then but he kind of developed that ability, himself by utilizing his dream. Yeah, basically, he was keeping dream journal, every day, and then after a while, he sort of developed these senses. All right. And then, so activities to enhance love and compassion. Yeah. First, you can help people if you have friends, or other people in need of help, then help them. That is one simple, great way. Yeah. Um, and if you cannot think of anyone that need help, yeah, you can simply listen to people in general, like listening to others. Yeah. So in the last video, I shared with you that it is important to listen to the surroundings, ocean waves, river streams, and also listen to people in general. Yeah. And do away with a competitive mindset. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give an example. When I lived in Vancouver, I had a friend, and he was into parties, and he used to organize parties in his house, like almost like once a month or so. Yeah, and then because he was into his own parties, he was always interested in the reaction of the people, how people enjoyed his parties. Yeah, so after the party, he called up a few friends and asked them how they felt at the party, and then so about half of them were really enjoy the party, but about half of them didn't. So he asked them why they didn't enjoy. But usually people don't tell you the truth, when because he was the host of the party, so they didn't want to offend him. Yeah. So he decided to observe those people. Yeah, each time when he has a party, he observed the people, and then he discovered something interesting. That the people who said they enjoy the party were talking a lot. during the party. And then the people who said who didn't enjoy the party were not talking. They ended up being the listening side. Yeah. So it seems like everybody wants to talk and nobody wants to listen. Yeah. Yeah. Just people want to, other people to listen to you. Yeah. That's the bottom line. So that means by listening to others, you're automatically making them happy. Yeah. If you listen to your friend will be happy. So it's a very simple, easy way to kind of, practice your love and compassion. Yeah. Right. Or just generally, pay attention to others' need and wants. So ask them what they want. Ask them what they want, what they need. Always, yeah, always. It's good to ask them questions. How they are feeling. You know, uh, yeah, and what things they are interested in now, and stuff like that. Okay. However, you don't want to do that all the time because you have your needs too. You want people to listen to you as well, right? Yeah. So it is best if you can find win-win situation. Yeah. Find, do something to, help others while you can enjoy it. Right. So the, things I often talk about, sampo yoshi is the Omi merchant's philosophy. Yeah. Sampo yoshi means a three-way satisfaction. So when you choose an activity, when you do something, think of your own happiness and think of the others' happiness, the people who are involved in this activity, their happiness, and think of the society's happiness. Yeah. So if you can aim to achieve sampo yoshi, then you can create win-win situation. Right. That is why doing away with competitive mindset is critical. In other words, to put yourself in their shoes. Yeah, put yourself in others' shoes, right? Now, it sounds simple when we say it, and it's probably common message in many different spiritual traditions, and it's nothing new. However, do you practice it? Yeah, in fact, I think it is getting more and more difficult to practice it because of this technology centered age. We are becoming more self centered. And the technology is making us become more self-centered because things are getting very convenient. Yeah, everything can be customized. Yeah, to basically suit your needs. Therefore, you don't need to change the surroundings and change for you. Yeah, we are getting used to this overly convenient society, and therefore, it's harder for us to be patient. It's harder for us to think about others, to, stop being self-centered and then serving for others has become more difficult because of this convenient society. So how do you listen to people and how do you know if you are actually listening to people? Because it's not something easily measure. I mean, many people say like, "Oh no, I always listen to people." Yeah, but then when you observe them, they're talking all the time, and that's possible. In fact, a lot of people who talk a lot don't realize that they are talking a lot. Yeah. So there is one way to measure that is to record the conversation. When you record the conversation and listen, then you will realize how much you're talking. Yeah, right. So I call this 50 to 50 communication rule or balanced dialogue. Yeah. So preferably, when you talk to someone, you have a conversation, maybe one-on-one conversation. Yeah, it is better to share the conversation space 50-50. So 50% of the time you talk, and then 50% of the time you listen. You let the other person talk. Yeah. But in many cases, this is not done. Yeah. Maybe you're talking 80% of the time, or you're listening 80% of the time. Yeah, the dialogue is very unbalanced. So you want to create a balanced dialogue, and then in the beginning you need to measure it by recording your conversation to see how much you're talking, how much you're listening, and then you can bring it to about 50-50 situation. Yeah, then after a few practices, you will get hang of how much you're talking and so and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So now I'll share with you how AI can help you with your spiritual growth. Right. So you think I am kind of anti-technology, anti-AI and everything. And in fact, AI distract our spiritual growth and maybe it's better to stay away from, technology completely. No, 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 no. I don't actually think so. I think AI can be helpful for our spiritual growth too. So how can it help our spiritual growth? Yeah. Now, okay, before talking about the AI, let's just look at technology in general, this information technology. I think it has changed tremendously about our learning. Like YouTube, for example, now you can learn things so easily, so quickly. Yeah, in the last few years, I have learned so much about health and longevity by just watching some YouTube videos. Yeah. Now you can watch a video by the world, best experts on health and longevity. Yeah. And then, well, maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago or 30 years ago, it was impossible. Yeah. Unless you go to certain places and attend their lectures, you could not listen to their talks. Yeah. But now it's all those information available online for free. That's an incredible time. And the same thing is true about spirituality. If you want to learn about spirituality, you can find tons of videos, yeah, from different experts, yeah, from meditation to breathing techniques to certain kind of a concept, certain sort of studying of the religion, yeah, and all those things that I mentioned before to how to enhance your awakenings and how to develop love and compassion. You can find videos on those topics now easily, right? Okay. So how about AI then? Now, AI can upgrade it even further. Yeah. How? One way is you can ask AI to be a spiritual tutor. You can customize your learning. So before that, you had to still search on the YouTube site. Like if you know learn about meditation, maybe you type meditation and then find some videos, but you may not find the right video easily. You may have to watch several videos before you find the right one, which might take several hours. Yeah. But with AI, you can just ask a question. Yeah. So I'm interested in meditation and I have, these circumstance in my life now, and I'm especially want to improve, this area. Can you recommend certain meditation techniques? Yeah. Um, and then when you want to study about spirituality and religion, you can ask the AI, can you make a summary of each religion? Can you make a summary of Christianity? Can you, give a summary of Buddhism? Can you give a summary of Taoism? Yeah. Yeah. Um, and then, uh, therefore, for the education, to educate yourself with the spirituality, AI can become your tutor, right? You can also ask AI to customize the method for you. Yeah. So you need to do several, dialogues with AI to find the right one. So you, for example, meditation. So you ask the AI, what kind of meditation are there first, and then you kind of pick from the list, and then okay, I'm interested in this meditation. So how can I practice meditation? Yeah, and then you can maybe tell AI about your condition, like how many hours a day you have and how much time you can, spare on meditation and, your likes and dislikes. Yeah, then maybe it can find appropriate meditation for you. Yeah. So AI can help you customize the methods for you. Right. And then you can ask AI to be a spiritual coach, your spiritual coach. Okay. So let's say maybe you have a session with AI once a day or once a week. Yeah. I mean, let's start from like once a week. Okay. So once you decide on your method, like your meditation method, your breathing method, yeah, and so on. And then so you make a plan. Maybe you can make a plan with AI too, you know. So from what time to what time do you do that? And then so once a week, if you set a session with AI, then you report your progress to the AI. For example, okay, on Monday I did the meditation, but on Tuesday I couldn't do it because I had to do some other things. Or on Wednesday I didn't have any other plans, but I just couldn't, pull myself together doing it. Yeah, kind of thing. And then you can ask AI to give you feedbacks. Yeah. And then that becomes your weekly coaching session. Before AI, if you want to have a coach, you would have to find a person, you have to pay for it. But now you can get all this for free. So we live in an incredible age. If we want to learn something, you can learn things a lot more effectively now with the help of AI. All right. So having said that, you still need to digital first, yeah, because you don't want to rely on AI all the time. You need a digital analog balance, yeah. So you need to have some time away from AI or time that you need to figure things out by yourself because otherwise you will not be independent. You will become dependent and you cannot live without the help of AI. And that doesn't help you to grow spiritually. Yeah. To grow spiritually, it is important for you to be able to think of the answers yourself. Yeah. Therefore, it can help you if you use AI wisely. But if you use AI blindly, just like you are doing with a smartphone and other things, that will not help you grow spiritually at all. In fact, on the contrary, it will distract your spiritual growth. Yeah. So the the bottom line is the AI does not distract you from growing spiritually. It depends on how you use AI. It can distract you if you use it blindly, but if you use it wisely, it can enhance your spiritual growth. Right. Okay. So, I made a video called Live Wiser, Not Smarter. So, for details of how to live wisely, please watch that video. I put the link below in the description box. Yeah. Live Wiser, Not Smarter. How to use AI and technology in general wisely. Right. So one example of wise usage is choose inconvenient method deliberately. You can utilize technology if it is convenient, but you don't need to use it when it is not necessary. Yeah. For example, when you watch TV, you have a remote now, right? But in the past, we didn't have a remote. We had to go to the TV and switch the TV on or change the channel. Yeah. And I still do it if I watch TV. I mean, I actually don't watch TV so much, so I hardly ever do it. But when I watch TV, I do that. I don't use a remote because remote is not necessary. Yeah, it doesn't make that much difference for me to use a remote or go into the TV and switch the TV on. Yeah. And in fact, the latter is better for me. Latter is more convenient for me because, I get healthier. Yeah. So I keep the habit of keep moving. So, I stand up and then just walk a few steps and reach the TV and do it. Yeah. It's much better for me than sitting down and using a remote. Yeah, it's a sedentary lifestyle, and I want to avoid that. So it is not helping me. It is making my life more inconvenient by making me lazy. So I can make a conscious choice. Yeah. So having the technology doesn't mean you have to use it all the time. You can just choose when it is appropriate and when it is not necessary. Yeah. Another example is I use PC, I don't use smartphone because when I use PC, I can choose the time to use it. I don't use it 24 hours a day, but if you carry a smartphone, you are tempted to use the phone all the time. Yeah. So I deliberately choose to use PC over smartphone because it gives me this freedom. In the sense, it is more convenient for me. Yeah. Being in an inconvenient situation help you grow more because you develop patience. Yeah, you become more patient if you experience inconveniences. Conveniences can make you become less patient. Yeah, which can cause a lot of problems in many areas of life. Yeah. So as I said before, convenience and customization make you selfish. Yeah. So it becomes more difficult for you to sympathize with others. Yeah. Another drawback of depending on the AI or the technology in general is you become knowledge heavy. Yeah, because you can learn things so quickly, so efficiently, you become very knowledgeable. Yeah, in fact, um, any layperson can become an expert now by, watching different kind of YouTube videos. And if you use AI even more, if you use AI to be your tutor, then you can become an expert within a month or even within a week. Yeah. So, but does it mean you have the same knowledge as the expert? No, you don't. The difference is experts spend years of training to master their knowledge. Yeah, they spend years and years to learn their knowledge, while you spend only 1 month to acquire that knowledge. Now, the knowledge may be the same, but the quality of the knowledge is different because those years are not waste. You are learning so much more than just a knowledge. You have experience, this painstaking research and reading books, going to the library or you know interviewing some people, and all those time provides you with experience, and uh, that experience affect all levels of your, I don't know, personality, your mind, body, spirit, everything. It's not just a knowledge. Now, many people think this is better. Yeah, you're learning faster, it is more efficient, but I don't think so. Sometimes learning slowly is better because when you learn something too quickly, you're not integrated. It's not really balanced, holistic learning. So you don't gain the holistic knowledge and wisdom. So to gain the wisdom, to have the holistic knowledge, it is important to take some time and have a lot of experiences. Yeah. Now, I remember I used to take different kind of seminars on self-improvement, like workshops and stuff like that. Yeah. And then there are some seminar junkies. Yeah. People who took workshops every weekend. Yeah. They just attended every single workshop they could attend for like 3 months or something. Yeah. But then they didn't remember many of the things they learned. Yeah. So by watching them, I decided that I wouldn't do that. If I take one workshop, then I wait for a month or something till I take another workshop. And between that time, I practice what I have learned. Yeah. To absorb all the information into my body fully so that I can master it. Yeah. So mastering something is different from knowing something. Yeah. So the problem of this internet age or the AI age is many people become knowledge heavy and they know something and they think they know something, but actually they don't know anything. Yeah. So maybe they are smart, but they are not wise, right? Therefore, learn and practice. Yeah, those two are set. You do not want to learn too quickly. Once you learn something, then you rest, and during your rest, you practice. Yeah, so learn, then stop, practice, learn, stop, and practice. Right. And then the last thing that I'd like to share with you today about improving your spirituality in this age of AI is to be modest. Yeah. Because you become knowledge heavy and sometimes you become big headed, you become kind of arrogant, like you think you know everything. Yeah. And you kind of forget to appreciate all those other people in the past who have spent years of, time doing a painstaking research to bring this information. Because the reason why you know those things is because there is enough information on the internet. All AI is doing is they just find all those information on the internet and analyze it and then give you a summary. Yeah, but if there are no all those researchers before you, you shouldn't have had that knowledge. So you need to appreciate them and you need to pay respect to them. But often people forget to do it. If you gain knowledge so easily, it becomes like everyday sort of normal thing. Yeah. And that is not good for your spiritual growth. Yeah. So it's very important to be modest more than ever. Yeah. And now some people think if you become modest, if you become too modest, you might lose confidence. Yeah. Well, that may be true if you are like a modest person. Not if you're a naturally modest person, then you don't need to focus on becoming modest. And maybe instead you want to work on to be more confident. That is true. But actually, being modest not doesn't mean not being confident, because the reason why you become arrogant or you kind of want to show off is because you are not confident. Because of lack of confidence, you need others' approvals. You need others' attention. Yeah. If you are truly confident with yourself, if you have a high self-esteem, you don't need anyone's approvals or attention. Yeah. You can just be modest happily because you don't need anything. Therefore, you can be a loser. So I talked about being a loser in the last video. This is precisely the reason. If you can accept to be a loser, if you can even enjoy to be a loser, that means you have high self-esteem. Yeah. So the higher the self-esteem you have, the more humble you can become. So being humble, being modest is the key to thrive in the age of Aquarius. Yeah. So how to be humble, how to be modest? There is one practice you can do that is called zange, which is the method of Shugendo. Shugendo is a Japanese mountainous spiritual practice. Yeah. There are Yamabushis. Yamabushis are the people who used to live on the mountains and they practice Shugendo. And in fact, ninjas were born out of Yamabushi. Yeah, right. So one of the practices Yamabushi had is Zange. And usually when you join the kind of Shugendo practice, you move to the mountain and you join this practice. First, you're asked to do Zange before you are allowed to do anything else. It was the first step, and it was considered to be the most important part of their training. About Zange, I wrote about it in my book, Ikigai Biohacking based on Japanese natural health. So please read it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. To sum up, to improve your spirituality in the age of AI and the age of Aquarius, you can utilize AI for a certain extent, but you need a balance. Yeah, you need the digital analog balance, and then you need to use it wisely so that you won't depend on it. Yeah, and then you be modest. Right. All right. So thank you for watching. Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Biohacking. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. What do you do to improve your spirituality? And do you have any ideas how you can improve your spirituality in the age of AI? Thank you. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!